I'm Lance Calvert. Welcome to the Retail Fix It podcast. This is episode 3. Today, I have got a good topic. It's going to be interesting, it's going to be challenging, and it's going to move us forward, whether you're in national facility maintenance or whether you're a customer of Retail Fix It or a potential customer, or maybe you're a service provider looking to get into that space, or just a business person. There's a topic that's important for us all to face, talk about, and move forward with, and it's change. So in this industry specifically, retail facility management, we are a national facility maintenance management company. That means if you've got 5 stores or 500 stores in retail or in multi-facility commercial owners, it doesn't have to be retail. You can be a restaurateur or a medical chain or anything like that. That's the business that Retail Fix It is in. We do repairs in every single kind of trade for multi-location facility owners nationwide. We've been doing that for 24 years. We've learned a couple things. We're still learning things. We're learning from our customers' feedback especially, but we want to talk about change. In order for a national retailer or facility manager of any multi-location facility corporate owner to go from an in-house facilities team to adding a company like ours to their docket of how they manage repairs, they're looking down the gun barrel of like a lot of curiosity. They're wondering a lot of things. They're saying, how much is that going to cost? And they're saying, how can I sell that to my own team? So there's a bunch of fears and stuff that are appropriate fears. I'm not talking about unhealthy fears, but they're curiosities that my customers and potential customers have. So we're going to talk about that, but also my service providers. Change. They're curious and they want us as a customer. They also are curious. They're curious about what's the invoicing procedures? How fast are we going to get paid? Are we going to have to do double work? But whether you're in our industry or just a businessman and just life in general, change is something we all resist, but it's required for growth. With customers, that's just a great segue if you think about it, because if I've got a 15-store customer, how many stores did they have or locations did they have before they were like, we need some outside help to centralize our maintenance? How can we keep doing this on our own? Are we growing our brand or are we just doing repairs on our stores now? And they've kind of become a repair company and they're like, wait, let's get back to our brand. Let's get back to selling cheeseburgers or selling this clothing line or, let's get back to doing the dental work that we grew as a company, not repairing all these facilities that we're having to take care of now. So some people at 10 stores, they start to feel that pain and they want some help. They need help. Like, who can centralize this? We're hiring all these local people and they're sending us invoices in 35 different ways. They might be emailing them. Some people are standing at the cash register asking for payment. So they don't have anything organized and they get to the point where they need us, So, a lot of people need to be educated on this industry. That's what this podcast is about. But even the ones that know about this, they're like, are we big enough? Wherewithal to hire an outsourced national facility management company? And what does that look like? What does that come with? What's required of us? And so we're an accessible facility management company. With our customers, we understand those fears, those questions. They're legitimate. We want to have those conversations in a way that they can feel comfortable and feel like they have a seat at the table of learning that. We know those pain points. And so here's how we've addressed that and become accessible. A lot of the competitors of mine, I think there's red tape for the customers just to get on their platform. And what we've done is, because we understand the customers have a lot of questions about change, like what is it going to be like for us to entrust another company to delegating our repairs across the country on our behalf? Like, what's that going to cost? Am I going to be able to sell that to my area managers? Are they going to onboard with that? Is that going to be okay? Is switching to a national facility maintenance company going to work for us, right? And so a lot of times our customers don't just go in without those curiosities, and some of them do. Some of them know, a little bit more about what it's like to work with a company like ours, but they don't know what it's like to work for our company. So how we've handled that is, first of all, we listen on the first call, and we know that cost is something that they want to hear about and talk about. And they want to know how we handle cost. Like, are you guys going to charge us a big markup above what you're hiring these people to get it done for? and we're just going to be paying a bunch more. Yes, you guys are handling it, centralizing it for us. Yes, you guys are getting consolidated invoicing. We're able to work on terms. We may even be able to reduce our internal costs. We're expecting or hoping that you guys do an amazing job at centralizing it. But what are we going to pay for that? So that's always a question. It's a relevant one. It's a natural one. It's going to happen. And so really, this is a big one. These customers want to know, like, if we do this, is there a subscription fee? Is there an annual cost to it? And are we bound to a contract? Like, can we get in and get out? That's a big deal. So, back to the cost for a second, what we try to do for our customers is make sure that they know that we are there to control their cost. We're not just centralizing their maintenance. We want to control it. And to do that, we have to be very strategic. We've got to treat these vendors in a way that we understand. Honestly, it gives us leverage above other competitors because I was a tech in the field and I get it. I know what it's like to be them. I know exactly what they need to feel like. So these vendors, they want to hear from somebody when they have a call about accounting. They want to hear from somebody when they have an issue. They want as much of our work in their region as they can get so we can get leverage costs to our customers, right? Because the more work we're giving the service provider and treating them right and paying them on time. You can give somebody a lot of work, but are you making life easy for them? Are you paying them on time? If they have an accounting issue, are they getting the same live person each time? So it's not just give them a bunch of work. It is a package. And so we deliver that to the service provider to gain favor from them so that we can upstream that favor and the benefits of that relationship toward the customer. We've got multiple quotes we get on larger jobs. We audit the regular size jobs too, the stuff within the not to exceed amount that we're given from a customer by real live additional approval requests that the vendors have. We want our customers to pay anywhere from plus 10 to maybe negative 50 or 100% of what they would have paid if they used just the regular service provider without us in the middle, giving them that end-to-end solution and centralizing their maintenance and getting them to that place they need to be with a partner, a national facility maintenance partner. When a vendor calls for additional approval to us and we're representing our customer, we have facilitated systems in place that our account managers are using to audit real time what that vendor's requesting for approval. We know and are verifying. It's like a trust but confirm thing. Build relationships with the vendors and we treat them right. I tell my team, look, if you're not challenging the vendor on cost, they're certainly not. We're representing the customer. So we're the only one in the party who's got a voice for the customer. And I'll tell them this. I'll say, look, it's the vendor's job to try to make money. And sometimes I guess you could say as much as they can. It's our job to have set rates on file with them, to hold them accountable to that. And that's good for the vendor because if a vendor tries to buy a mansion on one job, then we're protecting them from themselves, if they're trying to charge too much, because that's not going to be good for anybody. Everybody wins, We take good vendors and make them better. We don't just say that. We facilitate these people. We honor them and their position and their pain points that they have in the field. And it can be difficult to work for a national maintenance company. We don't want that. That's our edge, is we're ease of use. We're going to make these vendors love working for us because not just systems proficiency and making life easy for them and making their accounting or their administration to not be double work, but literally streamlining that. My accounting department knows if I get an email from a service provider and they're like, well, I couldn't get them on the phone, and I have an accounting issue. When am I going to get paid? I'll deal with that straight up. A lot of times, to be honest, I'll check with my team and that's not what happened. But we are accessible to our service providers and we have to be. It's not a call center in Mexico or something. And that's for our customers too. It's that kind of environment, that kind of culture, and eye on the ball kind of thing, and just continuing to work in that direction with both parties that makes us win for the customer. They're paying the bills. But valuing the service provider is our weapon to empowering us to be able to bring these deliverables to our customers, because that's ultimately who's paying for this. We're enjoying redefining the industry in that, and we're enjoying being a part of what it's going to take for that to happen. We want to be the best, funnest, lighthearted national facility management company to work for both parties, and we're accomplishing that. So one day at a time. I've enjoyed talking about this. We're going to continue this topic of change because change is coming whether we like it or not, right? And we should welcome it as much as we can. It's okay to be afraid. It's not okay to not face the fear and deal with it. That's what we want to do. We want to be able to face change. We want to encourage our customers to get on a call, find out what we can do and learn about your portfolio and what we can do to address that specifically and see if we can be a partner for you and see if we can embrace this idea of centralizing your maintenance to us in a way that you can feel comfortable. There's no binding contracts. That's another thing. We tried that. To be honest, it didn't work. And a lot of companies do it. That's why we tried it, because we wanted them to see the vision and centralize all their maintenance with us, not just some jobs, because it's beneficial to them. The reporting is accurate in the portal when they do that, because all their jobs are going into our system. We realize how much work we're going to get, and so we can set up for that. So it is powerful to empower us by centralizing all your maintenance with us, but we're not going to force that on you. We want that to be organic. We want you to decide that we're doing a good enough job that you're organically choosing to centralize all of your maintenance with us. So don't be afraid that we're going to make you centralize all of it from go. Don't be afraid that you're stuck. Those are the things we're doing to make you feel comfortable with these kind of change curiosities, is saying, look, it's not binding. Maybe give us a shot if you feel like it. We want to prove ourselves. That makes things a little bit smoother for those customers that need to get into this industry as far as utilizing a national facility maintenance company. It just kind of lowers their guard to where they can be like, okay, we can give it a shot. We don't have to be bound to it. Then that puts the burden on us to go after it, right? We're only as good as the last job we did, kind of. And that's on us, and so that keeps us on our toes. I appreciate everybody listening. I've enjoyed talking about this, whether you're a decision maker for a multi-location facility owner type company, or you're a vendor service provider. Check us out, retailfixit.com, but like and subscribe and follow this channel because I want to stay in touch with you. I want to hear from y'all, get feedback, but we'll see you next time on the Retail Fix It podcast.